So, first is bring faith in God. We will assess it. What is the concept about God in Hindu religion? When we ask a common Hindu in how many gods do you believe? Few would say 3, few would say 10, few would say 100, few would say 1000, few would say 33 million. But when we ask a Hindu priest who is well aware about Hindu scriptures, that Hindu will say that Hindus should only believe in one God and only one God should be worshipped. But a common Hindu believes in one philosophy which is called pantheism. Pantheism means usually ordinary Hindus believe that everything is God. Trees are God, humans are God, sun is God, moon is God, snake is God. We Muslims believe everything is of God. Trees of God, human being is of God, sun is of God, moon is of God, snake is of God. The important difference Hindus and Muslims is ordinary Hindus say everything is God. We Muslims say everything is of God. There is one important difference of. If we will remove the difference of, then Hindus and Muslims will unite.
Viewers, you just heard the views of Muslim religious spokesman Dr. Zakir Nayak. And now let's hear the views of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Saint Rampalji Maharaj.
Like there are 500 seats in Member of Parliament of India, they all are called MP Sahib, Member of Parliament, and every state separately has MLA seats, they are called MLA Sahib. So they are all Sahibs. But all these Sahibs have one controller, they all are of that one Sahib. They themselves are all Sahibs and they all are of that one Sahib, one God, who is the Prime Minister. They are also Sahibs at their level, like if one had to get registration done. He may have relations with anyone, but his work will be done only by the sub-collector. So for him, that sub-collector is Sahib. The work will be done by him only. He needs to give a letter of request to him. So these who have incomplete knowledge say we do not engage with anyone except one Khuda, one God, one Allah. Look, getting engaged is one thing, but worshipping is something else. Like a virtuous woman worships her husband but respects everyone, like elder brother-in-law as elder brother, elder sister-in-law as elder sister, younger brother-in-law as younger brother, younger sister-in-law as younger sister, sister-in-law as her sister. She respects all her family members reasonably. She doesn't worship them but respects them, greets all with namaskar. Till she stays in a joint family, that loyal wife, she lives lovingly, reasonably respects all, but when they get separated, she takes all her belongings, whatever is their share, to her husband's house. Whatever comes in her share, she doesn't mind and doesn't keep faith in anyone because she used to worship the husband. So when she got separated, she left with him whom she used to worship. But until she was in the joint family, it was her duty to stay nicely with all, should reasonably respect elders and young ones, so she is called a good lady. But if that same virtuous woman, same girl, doesn't speak well with anyone except her husband, neither with mother-in-law, nor with sister-in-law, elder brother-in-law, sister-in-law, father-in-law, then she is quarrelsome lady. Daily arguments and causes, split in the house. There can never be peace in that family. So those who say we do not bow to anyone except Supreme God are mistaken.
Namaskar is not worship.
This means to show respect to elders and young ones, greet them respectfully. It is not worship. Worshipping is from the soul for those whom you love. Rest all our activities which we must do, like if we need water, to get water, we worship water. And where is water? It is underground. To get water from earth, water is sacred for us, but to get that, whatever process we use and whichever equipment we use, we do not worship them. We perform activities with them in order to get what we worship. So whatever we practice, bowing, prostrating, charity, doing prayers in the morning, afternoon and evening, call it Nitya Niyam or Namaz, or call it spiritual practice or knowledge practice, it's all the same. Then chanting mantras, the correct ones as told, all this is procedure to get the Almighty, to get that Allahu Akbar means to attain that complete God and to go to the eternal place where the creature remains always happy. So for that, our sacred is Allahu Akbar, and rest all to achieve that, like to get water, boring pipe is inserted in the ground, then hand pump is lowered and fitted, its worship is done. We move it like this, then we get that the thing for which we performed all these activities. Similarly, our sacred God is Kabir Dev, Kabir Allah, and to achieve that place where there is no sorrow, to go there we need to do all these activities. To bow in respect is not worship, and without greeting, arrogance doesn't go. God can never be achieved by an arrogant person. आधीनी के पास है पूर्ण ब्रह्म दयाल, मान बड़ाई मारियो बेअदबी सरकार. So today, this servant is trying to make clear, like there is a state and there is a chief minister and he has other ministers. So this Brahm, Kshar Purush, plays the role of the chief minister of one state who gave knowledge of Quran Sharif, who gave knowledge of Bible, who gave knowledge of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, who gave knowledge of all four Vedas, Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharved. He plays the role of one chief minister in one universe. He has three sons, Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji. They are his ministers of three departments. Apart from them, under them, there are a lot of other deities like Varun, god of water, the sun god who is in charge of all light sources. Like there is an electricity department, its minister is called the power minister. He is not the powerhouse, he is not the root, he is a person, a movable minister. He is the controller of that electricity department. Similarly, there is an irrigation minister, means the minister of irrigation canals. He is not a canal. Similarly, there is sun god. Sun is a deity. You see the fire ball, you see the sun. There are lots of suns in this solar system, and he is in charge of all these light sources. He is a separate minister. Like there are earths, they also have one deity for all earths, Goddess Earth. She is the controller of all these planets. All these come under her. So they are all gods. They are all lords. They are Sahib of their departments. They are God, Allah. They are all God. But their overall controller, God, who is the Lord of infinite universes, He is Allah Ta'ala. Therefore, He is called Allah Ta'ala. Allahu Akbar, the great God. It means there are smaller gods as well, smaller lords. That is why He is called bigger. Otherwise, there was no need to call Him bigger. Had there been no other gods, if there were no other gods or lords, then what was the need to call Him big? What is the need to call Him Kabir, like Muslim brother believe Him to be big? So Allahu Akbar means the great God, bigger Allah, means there are smaller Allah as well. Smaller gods also, smaller lord of their respective area. This is defined to you, nothing else to say. Now I will show you the knowledge giver of Quran Sharif, the knowledge giver of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and the knowledge giver of 4 Vedas. The 5th Veda is the Suksham Ved, which has the correct spiritual knowledge. It is given by complete God. By that complete God, He spoke Himself with His holy mouth, which is available with this servant, based on which I was able to understand this whole knowledge, otherwise it was all upside down. So how much of a God He is, the knowledge giver of Quran Sharif, the knowledge giver of Bible. Bible contains 3 holy books bounded together. Number 1, Turat. Number 2, Zabur. And number 3, Injil. Collection of all these 3 is called Bible. So its knowledge giver is also this Brahm. The knowledge giver of Quran Sharif is also this Brahm. The giver of the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is also Brahm, and the giver of knowledge of 4 Vedas is also this Brahm. And Almighty Supreme God came and gave this complete knowledge, which has the overall knowledge. और ज्ञान सब ज्ञानड़ी, कबीर ज्ञान सो ज्ञान, जैसे गोला तोपे का अब करते चले मैदान.